answer lies in the heart of battle.
King of Iron Fist Tournament.
Mugen TV versus Corner.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. And today we're going to talk about Project L. Now, Project L is pretty much, like you say, the code name for the upcoming League of Legends fighting game, which everyone's been. I'm quite surprised that there's a lot of you guys that was on Facebook, and there's some of you guys in other videos in the comment sections that you guys wanted to hear my thoughts about this game that's coming up, and that everyone is like in the community is really like hyped for and surprised and just can't wait to see what Riot Games is going to do with a League of Legends fighting game. So let's just dive right into it. Now, just to give you a brief history with my relationships with League of Legends, to be truthful with you guys, I have not once ever played League of Legends. Now, I watch competitive League of Legends because just because I don't play certain games doesn't mean that I don't follow up on what goes on in the competitive community. I just think I like competitive gaming in general. I like to see good players go head to head with one another. I love the environment. I love the atmosphere of just competition. I just think it's pretty cool, and I don't know, it inspires me to see that people put so much time, put so much effort and dedication into something they love, and then they see the fruits of their labor just come out, and it just pays off and for a lot of these professional players. So yes, I do watch a bit of League of Legends. I do love the advertisement with some of the story trailers that they have for League of Legends, and most of all, what attracts me about League of Legends are the characters themselves. Character designs is the main thing when it comes to me that attracts me to games in general, not just fighting games, but games in general. Character design pulls you in because it just gives you a hint of what the world is going to be like, what the characters are like. The design of the character just tells you just enough to pull you in and just get you excited, or just to get you curious to see what the game is about. So to hear that Riot Games is working on a League of Legends fighting games, the first thing I thought of was like, man, League of Legends has some cool character design, some cool characters, and I would love to actually play a fighting game. I would love to play some of these characters. I just think they're pretty cool. So the thing is, everybody right now within the community is really hyped, really stoked, because a lot of people think that this could potentially change eSports. This could potentially change how the FGC may work as far as fighting games are pretty much viewed within the competitive space. And what I mean by that is, if you look at how Riot Games handles their IPs, especially like League of Legends. Like, League of Legends is a cult phenomenon. I mean, thousands and thousands of players log into League of Legends and play countless and countless of hours of this game, especially during their leisure time, especially overseas in, you know, Asian countries and stuff like that, at like these cyber cafes and everything. So people put time and dedication, and what was so like crazy about this is, even though that the FGC is separate from like the RTS I guess you say leagues, there is somewhat of a crossover, because there's a lot of fighting game fans out there that not only just play fighting games, but they also play League of Legends as well. So it seems like that Riot Games and Project L is going to be able to tap into that market as well. They'll be able to pull over some of the FGC players. I remember last time I looked, Mike Ross. We all know who Mike Ross is from an interview a while ago. He also said that he spent a lot of time playing League of Legends. So there are a lot of other players out there that's within the FGC that really enjoy League of Legends. Now, what I mean by how they could pretty much change how fighting games is pretty much seen and viewed by outsiders who only watches like League of Legends and, you know, Dota and Hearthstone and everything like that, how people can like change their perception of fighting games for the simple fact it's their model and how they pretty much promote these games. Now, you do know that like when you watch like League of Legends and a lot of these other games, that you have teams, you know, and some of these teams, especially on Riot Games, I believe some of these players are under salary, and you know they're in a contract and they actually have a salary, and they actually get paid. and everything, compared to the FGC, where you do have sponsored players, but they don't get a salary. I mean, they pretty much have to perform and do a lot of sponsorships and do a lot of promotions in order to reap the benefits financially and stuff like that. So to pretty much convert that type of system from League of Legends and their leagues and bring it over into a fighting game format, that's what I'm quite curious about. Will there be teams, of players who will pretty much be under salary, or would it expand it into that realm of how they do things with League of Legends and bring it over into a fighting game atmosphere? Because if it does become successful, maybe Capcom, SNK, Bandai Namco can pretty much learn from their model and pretty much bring it over to the FGC, and maybe we can start getting some of our prominent pro players under salary or in contracts, and this can be pretty much full-on professional. So I just think that this is an overall win for everybody, is because if this does work out, like I said before, other developers within the FGC and the fighting game community can see how the model work, and if they can get it to work and get people to play it. So the thing that really has me curious is how this game is going to play, how it's going to pretty much bring over and trickle and pull from the League of Legends crowd and bring over it to play this game, and while at the same time bringing some players over to the FGC. We've seen people like Chris G, we've seen Justin Wong, we've seen quite a few other FGC players who are quite hyped for this and would love to, like, if they do anything contract based, they would love to sign a contract and get their money. Because if you guys don't know, I believe that players who sign under contract for Riot Games, I believe they're not allowed to play any other fighting game. They have to be sponsored underneath that umbrella. So I'm not sure will people from the FGC sell their souls, just to get that paycheck and everything. But I think that'd be quite interesting, because maybe like I said, they can adopt some of these models if it does work out. Now, from what I understand is, I was quite curious and I was quite shaky at the same time, because Riot Games had never made a fighting game. Yeah, they're working on quite a few other projects because they have a crap ton of money. They have a whole lot of money. But the thing that really had me quite curious and a little bit nervous at the same time is because fighting games is a special case. It's a niche genre, and fighting games is not simple to create. There's a lot of factors you actually have to put in place. Like I said, balancing, the character movesets, and all kinds of other things that you have to factor in, the stage, everything. So you have to factor a lot of these things in. So creating a fighting game is just not easy, and these guys have no history or knowledge to fighting games. But then I was quite relieved after finding out that we do have Seth Killian and his company. If you guys don't know who Seth Killian is, he once worked at Capcom, and also he's been, like, I guess you could say, like, the community manager or whatever, those people that talks to that does the public relations for the fighting game department for Capcom. So during those early Evo times and stuff like that, Seth Killian was there, and he also was an avid Street Fighter player himself back in the day. So they'll be working on this as well. And also the founder of Evo, you would say, is also behind and working and helping out Riot Games and in the development for this League of Legends fighting game. So I guess that you can reassure that, hey, that it's in good hands. So I'm looking forward to see how this is going to turn out. And they also told us that this game is in early development. And the thing is, there's been talks about a League of Legends fighting games like 2 years ago. There was rumors about it. So now it's just now surfacing, and they're saying, look, yeah, we just made this announcement, but we're going to go ghost for a very long time. So I don't believe that this game is going to release anytime soon. I'm speculating we won't see this game until like the next 3, maybe 4 years, because we do have next gen consoles approaching and everything. And as far as I'm concerned, I know that this is pretty much going to be a Steam release as well, because they do want this to be accessible, especially for people who play on keyboards and people who are just part of the Steam community in general. And then also, as far as like how they're going to make it accessible for players, Riot Games are just known for having the games to be accessible. So to like, will they focus on trying to, like, hey, you're gonna you could try out using the arcade stick for this game, or you can use any type of control style that best fits your needs in order to be able to get enjoyment out of this game. And there's a lot of people from the community which I found quite funny. I've seen on Facebook, somebody had put, he said, yeah, this is made by Project L. He said, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of L's that the League of Legends community is gonna be taking when they first get their hands on a fighting game and realize they can't play. So I just think there's quite, there was a funny jab that some of the people from the FGC was making towards the League of Legends community in general. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. What characters are you looking forward to seeing in League of Legends fighting, in a League of Legends fighting game? Like I said, I don't know any of the characters by names or anything like that, so this is going to be quite new to me, and because of that, I'm definitely going to be doing more research into League of Legends just to brush up on a few things, and to get some knowledge on the lore and some of the characters and stuff like that. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. And what do you expect from this? How you think the model is going to be set up? Do you think it's going to be just a fighting game people just play, or do you think Riot Games is going to take it to a next level and pretty much try to put it on the same level as their League of Legends game, and having a full-on team a contract of prominent players on salary, and they travel across the world to play other players and everything in this game? I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. And if you like the video, pass it, share it, and everything. Hit the subscribe button. And if you want to hear more news concerning this League of Legends fighting game created by Project L, also hit the bell to be notified. This is MugenLord signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.